Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's Wednesday, new album review day. Today we've got another holdover from 2021 that I'm kind of just getting to now. I thought I was kind of done with these 2021 releases, but they just kind of keep filtering in. I keep finding them. I'm like, gotta cover them, right? So this particular one, kind of a meeting of two very notable bands that got together last year during the pandemic and kind of decided to just do an album together, right? Kind of interesting how it all came to be. Let's see if I have any interesting. I'll read you a little anecdote from the Bandcamp page, which will kind of give you a little bit of history here. Trapped in Berlin. Alone among 4 million isolated people, a harsh, never-ending winter, no gigs in sight. Music as a form of therapy has never been as essential as now. Gazing inward with gazing out has become way too disillusioning. After their beguiling the isolation tapes, Berlin's most important rock band, Kadavar, has written its second album during a single pandemic. This time around, however, they weren't stuck alone in lockdown. They colluded with U.S. prog rock wonderkinder Elder, Berlin immigrants just like Kadavar were a decade ago, and decided to drown in sound together. What surfaced is a story of darkness and light, a marvel of musical liberty, a gushing opus between rock, prog, and alternative, held together by two bands, contrasts, light and shadow, alpha and omega. Without any agenda, without a grand goal, they shut off the world and turned on the amps. Music as a means of escapism may have been the starting point. What permeated here, however, was less an escape from reality than it is a sonic measurement of this wonder called life. Long jams and a feverish lust for experiments have created a ballad of life and death, of existence itself. Consequently, the genesis of this album is far from your ordinary rock album and closer to the music of the spheres. They evoke sounds from the dark side of the moon. They channel the heartbeat of an ocean, the sigh of a continent. Over time, the project became more and more concrete, more absolute, until all the musicians involved had a shared epiphany. This here mustn't remain a trippy jam session among friends and like-minded artists. This here needs to become an album. Eldovar, a bond between Kadavar and Elder, a story of darkness and light, an intimate, touching, billowing, roaring piece of music, a sublime manifesto of musical freedom that we paradoxically owe a horrible pandemic. There's lots more to read here, but I'm not going to get into the whole thing here. But you can check out the Bandcamp page for this Behold the elder.bandcamp.com. So basically the personnel here, you have most of both Elder and Kadavar joining together. From Kadavar, you got, Lupus Linderman, Tiger Bertelt, and Simon Boutelope. All right, so all three folks from Kadavar, the trio. And then from Elder, you have Michael Risberg, Nick DeSalvo, and George Edert. So everybody but their bass player. So you've got all three members of Kadavar, everybody but the bassist from Elder, getting together to make this album. Again, it's called A Story of Darkness and Light, music by Elder and Kadavar under the name of Eldovar. This is really good. When this came out late last year, I had heard a few people talking about this. It's like, Pete, have you heard this album yet? I'm like, no, haven't gotten to it yet. Haven't gotten to it here. You got the lyrics. All right, some just kind of stark photography. There's not a lot of info, not a lot of, they don't really tell you what's being played here other than you can hear, guitars, drums, vocals, bass, some keyboards, certainly. There are 7 tracks in total. You got From Deep Within, 9 minutes and 31 seconds, kicks thing off. In the Way, 5:34. El Matador, 6:39. Rebirth of the Twins, 2:59. Respleten at 5 minutes. Blue Moon Night at just over 11 minutes long. And Cherry Trees at 3:44. Pink Floyd fans, specifically from the era of Obscured by Clouds, Metal, Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals. Okay? Mixed with a little bit of contemporary stoner rock, psychedelic rock, that sort of thing. Does this sound like Kadavar or Elder on their own. I think it sounds more like Elder than it does Kadavar, to be quite honest with you. But I think the guys coming together like this has made for a wonderful, wonderful collaboration. That, again, just like I was reading before, this is not some big, long, sprawling jams. These are maybe they didn't intend it that way, but well thought out songs and very kind of spacey, atmospheric, certainly prog rock like psychedelic rock songs. There's lots of intoxicating vocals and musical passages, sublime use of keyboards and spots. For me, the best track on the album is Balloon Moon Nights, the big 11-minute plus track. If you love like Echoes and Shine On You Crazy Diamond era Pink Floyd, that sort of thing, oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Nice, really cool guitars, great solos, but not jammy solos. Cool riffs, but it's not a big bruising riff album. Nice use of like there's little bits of Hammond organ, electric piano, and synthesizer throughout the album. Great rhythms. The vocals are dreamy and intoxicating. There's nothing on here that's really, really heavy. But even the kind of the lighter stuff is just really, really interesting and just kind of sucks you right in. Like the last track, Cherry Trees, absolutely gorgeous. Man, it sent chills up and down my spine because it reminded me of like early 70s Pink Floyd. Everything I love about that. Just really, really great stuff. From Deep Within, the first track is great. El Matador is totally cool. A lot of the album is instrumental, but there are vocals splintered within almost every song. I believe every song has vocals on here. Gorgeous stuff. I really like this a lot. And again, if you love the kind of like modern stoner scene, but you like the kind of psychedelic and prog leaning bands that kind of perpetuate in this sort of thing, definitely check this out. Like I said, they don't sound, you don't get the real kind of retro rocky, hooky type of thing that Kadavar generally does. Yeah, there's little bits of it here and there, but this does not sound like a Kadavar album. To me, it sounds more like an Elder album with some extra guys coming in and helping it out and making it even more proggy, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I dig it a lot. This is really cool. Eldovar, A Story of Darkness and Light. Check it out. This is fantastic stuff. Came out late last year. If you missed out on this, I mean, this came out with like very little fanfare. So until a couple people told me about it, I had no idea this was even coming out. So yeah, check it out. Dynamite. It's on Robotor Records. Whatever that is. Anyway, thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. I am Pete Pardo. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We also got the links down below to our Ko-Fi page, our merch page, seaoftranquility.org, and check all that stuff out. And meanwhile, we'll see you here real soon. Hopefully with another review. Hopefully you got that new, we have that new Marillion coming up for you as well. Saving that for last. So thanks for watching. See you later on. Bye-bye.